As part of the ad for the new course that I've got, Mastering Prompt Engineering for Marketers, a lot of folks have said, great, how is this different from everything else? What's actually in the box? I've got the 60-second promo. That is the thing for people with short attention spans, but if you're watching this, you want to know what's in the box. So let's look at what's actually in the box. I'm going to go ahead and flip over into the actual course system because you can't see the pieces right now because, well, it's not live yet. So in the first section, the introduction, and one of the first things you get is the glossary of all of the prompt engineering terminology and stuff so that you understand what the stuff is about. In Lesson 1, we talk through all of the basics about why prompt engineering matters, the fact that LLMs are stateless and things. In Section 2, we do a deep dive into how models actually work, what's going on under the hood in non-technical terms. There's a whole analogy with a newsroom and an editor-in-chief so that you understand the architecture of an AI system and how your prompting is processed by it, because this gives us a lot of hints as to what's going on under the hood. In Section 3, we look at the race framework and how you use it. In Section 4, the pair framework. In Section 5, the rappel framework. In Section 6, advanced prompt engineering techniques. This is where we go through some stuff like chain of thought, contrast prompting, tree of thought, multimodal chain of thought. There's a really cool example where we use Gemini Flash thinking to try to figure out where a photo was taken. So you'll learn more advanced prompting techniques than just, hey, here's the standard framework. Although there's nothing wrong with the standard framework. If we could just get people using even that, it would be great. How to prompt for different model types, because different models have different things that they like prompting for. How you build priming, representation, and knowledge blocks. This is a critically important part that we don't talk about enough because knowledge blocks are one of those secret techniques. Oh, that's not a secret. Of how you build a really robust AI system for yourself, for prompting. Here's why. The prompt that I use to make the course, right, the course ads, looks like this. It is 88 words. Now, you might say that's not enough, Chris. There's just not enough prompting there. Well, of course not. That's the structure. The actual prompt, because of the documents I attach, is 45,000 words. Right? So you're going to learn how to build those knowledge blocks so that you really maximize the use of AI. How to think of AI prompting as coding. My recommendations and lessons for building a prompt library. What should be in it? How should you structure it? How do you make it useful? And then a whole thing on metacognition and how we get AI to learn from itself. There are, of course, quizzes at the end of every chapter. There's a final exam, and you get a nice little certificate from it. So in terms of what you get in the course, it's 11 chapters. It was supposed to be an hour long, and I couldn't contain myself, so it actually ended up being about 2 hours long. But it's thorough. It's thorough, and if you take it, you study it, you learn the principles, and you apply them in your day-to-day, you will be dramatically more effective than anyone else you know in actually getting AI to do what you want it to do. Because you're going to know how it works. You will know how it does its processing and how you should think about approaching it, particularly different model types. Now, there's all this furor about new Chinese models like DeepSeek and Kimi and all these things. Guess what? The core architecture, the framework, the underlying technology is still the same. If you understand the technology, you will understand how to work with these tools really, really well. So that's what's in the new course. Go check it out. If you have questions, feel free to email and ask questions. In terms of who should not take it, if you are already doing things like writing Python code and executing prompts at scale, the course is going to be too basic for you. This is to help people who are still using the web interfaces, not hardcore coders. So if you are a hardcore coder, this course, you'll learn some stuff, and you'll learn some of the prompting techniques, but there's a whole download in Chapter 6 that I'm actually really proud of, that is on the different prompting techniques, what each technique is, why it works, when you should use it, and how to get started using it. But if you're writing code and you're embedding prompts in your code, I don't know that you'll get as much out of this as someone who is using the consumer style web interfaces where they're chatting with ChatGPT every day. So that's the new course. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you take it. Give me your feedback if you do take it, and I'll talk to you next time.